Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning into the GSMC Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. My name is Samantha Genzer, and I will be your show host for you guys today. We have a great show for you guys. We'll be covering Lilly King's engagement and the U.S.A. Olympic trials, predictions for the 2028 Olympic basketball team, athletes that qualify for tennis and the Olympics, Dana White's take on Ronda Rousey's downfall and Amanda Nunes' possible comeback, and make sure you guys stay till the end of today's show to hear about the beach volleyball players and the top teams for the upcoming Olympics. Before we start, I would like to ask you guys to like and follow the show and to become a part of our show to tip and donate using the link gsmcpodcast.net. Also, we do get a lot of questions and comments that come from viewers during the show. So to ensure that your questions and comments get read on the air, I ask that you use the link. This puts your questions at the top of the list so that they get read on the air. And of course, it really does help the show. Again, the link is gsmcpodcast.net. Now, let's get started. I hope you guys enjoy today's content. Okay, so we're going to be starting today's episode off by talking about two things. We're going to be talking about Lilly King's engagement and U.S. Olympic trials. The U.S. Olympic trials started on the 15th and will continue to the 23rd in Indianapolis. In our Monday video, we recapped some of the events and we did the same on Wednesday. Today, we're going to recap the finals on Wednesday and Thursday. On Wednesday, we had the women's, oh my goodness, I just almost lost my voice. I am so sorry. We had the women's 100 freestyle, and then on Thursday we had the women's 200 butterfly and 200 breaststroke, and then afterwards I wanted to talk about the women's 200 backstroke semifinals. First, let's start talking about the women's 100 freestyle. It was an electric atmosphere over the first 50 and got more intense on the back half. Gretchen Walsh, known for her speed, was out fast in 25 and was just .19 off Simone Manuel's annual American record of 52.04 seconds. Manuel herself was right with Walsh as she flipped at the halfway point in 25.16 seconds. Tori Husk, who last night became the fourth fastest American ever in the event, was third at turn just .04 back. However, it was Kate Douglas who, despite being the American record holder in the 50 free, used her back half speed to pull herself from fourth at the turn at 25.39 seconds into first with 15 meters remaining. Douglas had the fastest split coming home and was the only swimmer under 27.5 seconds as she surged home in 27.17 seconds. For Douglas, the swim represents a new personal best by .01 and makes her the fifth fastest swimmer this season. Husk, who almost closed under 28, passed Walsh and claimed second in 52.93 seconds, just .03 off her personal best from yesterday. Manuel tried to run down Walsh, touching third, but fell short with Walsh touching third, and Manuel got fourth. Manuel, who has been open with her overtraining syndrome and mental health, will return to the Olympics for the third time, though, so that's good. In a surprise twist, Erica Canali may have to swim a second swim off in the 100 free as she and Katie DeLoof dead tied for sixth in 53.86 seconds. And if roster spots allow, up to 6 swimmers are eligible to go to Paris in the 4x100 free relay. So even though the top 2 swimmers in these events are automatically qualified for the Olympics, you still can choose who can swim the relays, but without being the top 2 finishers. Like, the coach can decide that. So that's why they will have to do a swim off. Otherwise, it wouldn't matter, if that makes sense. So moving on to Thursday's 200 butterfly. Reagan Smith crushed the women's 200 meter butterfly final. No shock, to be honest. She won the race by nearly a second to lock herself into the event for Team USA at the Paris Olympics. Smith, the final top qualifier by 1.19 seconds after Wednesday's semifinals, was in second after the first 150 meters, trailing Indiana native Alex Shackle. But 22-year-old Smith turned on the speed for the final 50 to pull ahead and win with a time of 2 minutes and 5.70 seconds. She was about 2 seconds shy of her 2 minutes 3.87 seconds American record from 2023. Shackle, who is 17 years old, finished second with a time of 2 minutes and 6.69 seconds and should join Smith in the event as a first-time Olympian. Her brother, 19-year-old Aaron, won the men's 400-meter freestyle Saturday to qualify for the games as well. And he's really big Aaron Shackle. Shackle said, 3 200 flies in a row is pretty challenging, so I just wanted to do the best I could in that race. Just got top 2 and not focus on my time because it was slower than my last race, but I made the team, so it doesn't really matter. And you know what? That's true. I agree with her. It doesn't really matter sometimes. Sometimes just make the top 2. Like, just get it. Like, she got it. She's good. She gets to go to the Olympics. And Smith, a 22-year-old former 3-time Olympic medalist, already guaranteed that she'd be a 2-time Olympian after breaking the 100-meter backstroke world record earlier at the trials, which we talk about in Wednesday's show. She also has the 200-meter backstroke semifinals later that night. At the 2020 Tokyo Games, she won silver in the 200 fly and bronze in the 100 back. Moving on to the 200 breaststroke, Kate Douglas brought the crowd to their feet, winning the event. Douglas was out like a shot, opening her race in 31.58 seconds, already 0.55 seconds under world record pace. She was still under the world record pace at the halfway point, splitting 1 minute 6.93 seconds to Chikanova's 1 minute 7.28 record. For the record, 1 minute 6.93 seconds would have been 5th in the 100 breaststroke final. Douglas fell off the world record pace on the third 50, but was still almost 2 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. She came home in 36.55 seconds, breaking the championship record that she set in prelims of this race with a 2 minutes 19.46 seconds. She got closer to her American record as well, missing it by just 0.16 seconds. The race for second was between Lilly King and Alex Walsh. King was ahead of Walsh at the first 100 meters, but Walsh turned on the gas during the third 50 with a 36.43 split, making the final turn 0.72 seconds ahead of King. But the Indiana native came charging home, throwing down a field best 36.50 seconds on the closing 50 to get her hands on the wall ahead of Walsh in 2 minutes 21.93 seconds. Walsh finished third in 2 minutes 22.38 seconds, swimming a new lifetime best though. Lastly, let's talk about the 200 backstroke semifinals. Less than an hour after the 200 butterfly final, Reagan Smith was back up in the second semifinal of the 200 backstroke. She improved from her prelim swim by 2.89 seconds, powering ahead of the rest of her win in her semifinal with a 2 minutes 6.41 seconds, good for the fastest time heading into the following night's final. She took the win in the second semifinals, almost a second ahead of Claire Curzon, who posted 2 minutes 7.47 seconds to qualify for the final in third. Tokyo Olympian and 2022 world silver medalist Phoebe Bacon won the first semifinal, improving her season best by 0.01 seconds. She earned the win in that semi ahead of Katie Grimes, who is doing well in her 200 backstroke side quest. Grimes broke 2 minutes and 8 seconds for the first time that night, swimming a 2 minutes 7.75 seconds. She's sitting fourth right now and could challenge for a roster spot in this race still. It just all depends on what the top 3 people will end up choosing to race in the Olympics. And it took 2 minutes, 8.87 seconds from Kennedy Noble to make it into the final. Though she missed the final, 14-year-old Audrey Devereaux swam a lifetime best 2 minutes, 9.80 seconds to move up to fourth all-time in the 13 to 14 age group. And I find it so insane that she's literally 14 years old and is doing so good. Moments after finishing in second place behind Kate Douglas and the 200-meter backstroke to qualify for her second event of the Paris Olympics, King's boyfriend James Will proposed to her as she made her way out of the pool to the warm-down area. In the clip, King appeared shocked and said, "Oh my God," before putting her hands over her mouth in disbelief, as Wells, a fellow former University of Indiana swimmer, knelt down on one knee. The proposal at Lilly King's big moment definitely stirs mixed feelings, with myself especially. It was totally sweet, right? 2 people in love celebrating a huge personal moment together, super cute. But here's the rub. That night, King wasn't just any swimmer. She was making Olympic history by qualifying the 200-meter and 100-meter breaststroke for the third time. That's epic and should have been the headline. And so the proposal kind of hijacked the spotlight. Don't get me wrong, it's great for them personally, but it shifted the whole focus away from King's massive professional achievement to her personal life. Moments like hers are rare gems in sports, showcasing an athlete's sheer talent and hard work. That's what we should be buzzing about. This mix-up kind of feeds into a bigger issue about how we talk about female athletes. Sometimes it feels like their personal lives grab more headlines than their sports achievements. I mean, King just set a record that should have had us all talking about her legendary status in swimming, but instead we ended up chatting more about her engagement. I don't think this was the right time for a proposal, is what I'm saying. So while the proposal was a heart melter for sure, it's a bummer that it overshadowed what should have been a major sports headline. It's about finding that sweet spot between celebrating personal milestones and giving professional ones their due, especially when it's about breaking records and setting new standards in sports. I just felt like this proposal was kind of at the wrong time, and it took away from that historical moment and huge honor that King just had for a bunch of Olympic female swimmers. So now we're going to move into the next, but still, before we move on, I want to say congratulations to them and that I'm really happy for them too. This is very cute though. Okay, now we're going to move on to the next segment. We're going to talk about the basketball team predictions for the 2028 Olympics. Before we get into that, we're going to be taking a very short break, so I will see you guys very soon.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. Some losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
Welcome back, everybody, to the GSMC Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. We just got done talking about the U.S. Swimming Olympic trials and Lilly King's engagement. And now we're going to talk about the U.S. national basketball team for the Olympics. I'm going to share my predictions for the 2028 Olympic basketball team, which is pretty crazy because that's 4 years away. But we're still going to make those predictions with confidence. So for the 2024 Olympic team, just so we know, a little rewind, we have Asia Wilson, Sabrina Ionescu, Nafisa Collier, Kelsey Plum, Kalea Copper, Jewel Lloyd, Jackie Young, Diana Taurasi, Chelsea Gray, Brittany Griner, Brianna Stewart, and Alyssa Thomas. So now, for the 2028 Olympic team, let's start with people likely to return from the current roster. And I know that this might seem super, far-fetched that I'm, kind of talking about the 2028. But you know what? I wanted to. I feel like we're going to be confident about this. Okay, starting with the obvious, Asia Wilson. Wilson is an outstanding choice for any Olympic team due to her impressive track record. She has multiple WNBA MVP titles to her name, showcasing her ability to perform consistently at a high level. In the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games, Wilson was a key player for the U.S., leading the team with an average of 20 points per game and 2.8 blocks per game, while also grabbing 9.3 rebounds per game. Her performance was instrumental in securing the gold medal for her team. Wilson's ability to score from various positions on the court makes her a versatile threat. Her presence in the paint is complemented by her capability to step out and hit mid-range jumpers. Wilson also known for her defensive skills, particularly her shot blocking ability, which adds a critical layer of protection on the defensive end. Next person is Brianna Stewart. Stewart has already claimed gold medals at both the Rio 2016 and Tokyo 2020 Olympics, proving her ability to perform at the highest level on the international stage. Her performance at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics was particularly notable, where she was named the MVP of the women's basketball tournament. Stewart is a multiple WNBA MVP and champion with the Seattle Storm. Her accolades include numerous All-Star selections and WNBA Finals MVP titles, underscoring her dominance in the league. Stewart is known for her versatility on the court. She can play multiple positions effectively, from shooting guard to forward, making her an invaluable asset to any team. Sabrina Ionescu left a significant mark at the University of Oregon, where she became the NCAA all-time leader in career triple doubles. Her college career was highlighted by leading her team to the NCAA Final Four. In the WNBA, playing for the New York Liberty, Ionescu has quickly established herself as a standout player. She's been an all-star, WNBA all-star, and is known for her record-breaking performance in the WNBA three-point contest. Known for her incredible versatility, Ionescu can play multiple positions effectively, which is crucial in international play. Her ability to both score and facilitate makes her a dual threat. She can change the dynamics of a game not only with her scoring, but also with her exceptional vision and passing. Nafisa Collier. Collier was part of the U.S. women's basketball team that won the gold medal at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. As a player for the Minnesota Lynx in the WNBA, Collier has been recognized multiple times as an all-star. Collier is known for her versatility, able to play both forward and guard positions effectively. This adaptability makes her a valuable asset in international play, where flexibility in player roles can be very crucial. Her ability to guard multiple positions and dominate on the boards provides her team with both offensive and defensive advantages. Jackie Young. Young was a player on the U.S. women's 3v3 basketball team that won the gold medal at the Tokyo Olympics. Her inclusion in that team was somewhat dramatic, as she was called up at the last minute to replace Katie Lewson-Wilson, who tested positive for COVID. Despite the sudden call-up, Young's performance was stellar, contributing significantly to the team's success. Drafted first overall by the Las Vegas Aces in the 2019 WNBA draft, Young has shown exceptional skills and versatility on the court. She has been a pivotal player for the Aces, showcasing her ability to impact games significantly. Young's ability to quickly adapt to the fast-paced and unique style of 3v3 basketball, especially under the pressure of an Olympic debut, highlights her versatile skill set. Adaptability makes her an invaluable asset for any team format. Known for her strong defensive play, Young can guard multiple positions effectively, making her a defensive asset in international play, where versatile defensive capabilities are crucial. Okay, where it gets more drama. For first-timers, we have Caitlin Clark, obviously. Caitlin Clark has made a significant mark in college basketball, becoming the NCAA Division I all-time leading scorer, surpassing legends like Pete Maravich. Her scoring ability is phenomenal, and she was a two-time National Player of the Year during her time at the University of Iowa. Clark is known for her incredible ability to score from virtually anywhere on the court. Her long-range shooting and ability to finish at the rim make her a constant offensive threat. Beyond scoring, Clark is an excellent playmaker. Her vision and ability to distribute the basketball to ensure that she can also serve in a facilitating role, making her a dual threat in offense. Given her scoring capabilities and leadership, Caitlin Clark would be poised to make a significant impact if selected for the 2028 Olympic team. She brings a fresh dynamicism that could be pivotal in high-stake games, particularly against tough international competition. Her inclusion would not only add depth to the team's backcourt, but also provide a reliable scoring option. Aliyah Boston. In the WNBA, playing for the Indiana Fever, Boston quickly made her mark by winning the WNBA Rookie of the Year award in 2023. She has consistently demonstrated her skill and impact on the court, contributing significantly to her team's success. Boston is known for her ability to play multiple positions effectively, which is crucial in international play, where flexibility in player roles can be essential. She is also acclaimed for her defensive skills and rebounding, which are critical in international competition. Her ability to guard multiple positions and dominate on the boards provides her team with both offensive and defensive advantages. Paige Buckers. At the University of Connecticut, Buckers quickly made a name for herself, becoming one of the standout players in NCAA women's basketball. She was named the Naismith College Player of the Year as a freshman, an exceptional achievement that underscores her talent and impact on the court. She's achieved numerous milestones such as scoring 1,000 career points in a remarkably short period and leading UConn to multiple Final Four appearances. Her ability to perform in high-pressure games has been evident throughout her college career. Given her outstanding abilities in leadership qualities, she would be expected to play a critical role in the 2028 Olympic basketball team if she continues on her current trajectory. Her skill set combined with her experience and maturity would make her one of the key contributors and possibly one of the leaders on the team. Okay, Juju Watkins. As a student athlete at U.S.A, Watkins already made significant waves in college basketball. She set a U.S.A record by scoring 51 points in a single game against Stanford. Watkins has represented the U.S. in international competitions, winning gold medals at the 2022 FIBA Under-17 World Cup. Her experience on the international stage at such a young age shows how well she would be for future contributions to the Olympic team. Given her trajectory and the skills she's demonstrated so early in her career, Watkins is poised to be a key player for the U.S. in the 2028 Olympics, if picked for the team. Her scoring ability, combined with her international experience and maturity, make her likely to be one of the standout performers. If she continues to develop at her current pace, Watkins can not only secure a spot on the team, but also become one of its leading figures. Okay, Cameron Brink. Regardless of her injury, I think she's going to be just as good when she returns in 2025. As a standout player at Stanford University, Brink has consistently demonstrated her basketball talent. She led her team to significant victories and has been a crucial player in NCAA tournaments. Following her college career, she was drafted second overall by the LA Sparks in the WNBA, quickly establishing herself as a key player. Also, Brink's ability to excel on both 5-on-5 and 3v3 basketball formats showcases her versatility. Now let's talk about contenders for the last two spots. Arike Ogunbowale. Y'all know I'm a huge fan of her. Ogunbowale is known for her exceptional scoring ability and clutch performances. She plays for the Dallas Wings in the WNBA and has been a standout scorer since her debut. And then Aliyah Edwards. Edwards has also represented Canada in international competitions, contributing significantly with her robust play style. I guess I forgot. Okay, guys, I'm so sorry. I forgot to make a picture for Rickea Jackson. But Rickea Jackson also I wanted to include in this list. She has made significant impacts at Mississippi State and later at Tennessee. She's known for her scoring and rebounding capabilities. She's been doing really phenomenal in the WNBA as a rookie right now. And then Alyssa Smith, a Baylor University alum, was drafted by the Indiana Fever. She's celebrated for her rebounding and versatile scoring. She quickly established herself in the WNBA, showcasing her ability to impact games both offensively and defensively. I feel like everybody knows her name. Like, if you don't even watch the WNBA, I feel like you've heard her name before. Okay, and then lastly, there's Rickea Jackson's picture. I just switched them. I'm so sorry, guys. Lastly, Angel Reese. Okay, Angel Reese, playing for LSU, has been a dominant force in college basketball with her impressive scoring and rebounding statistics. Oh my goodness. Reese has made history in her double-double stats in the WNBA, so clearly she is one of the best rookies in the league right now. And I truly believe that she is like the top 3 in the rookies right now. So we're now going to move on to our next segment where we're going to talk about the tennis players who qualified for the U.S.A, Czech Republic, and Ukraine teams in the Olympics. Before we get into that, we're going to be taking a very short break, so I will see you guys very soon.
Looking for your daily fix of sports talk without having to pay for it? GSMC Sports Network is available on YouTube. Just search GSMC Sports Network. Get your fix of daily sports talk shows on YouTube, absolutely free. NFL, college football, NBA, MLB, MMA, UFC, fantasy football, and so much more. GSMC Sports Network has shows running all day long, with new sports shows starting every 2 hours. Just like on your favorite cable sports channel, except GSMC Sports Network is absolutely free. Just search GSMC Sports Network on YouTube to catch one of your new favorite shows, like the GSMC College Football Podcast, Chip Shot Football Podcast, Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast, GSMC Basketball Podcast, and so many more. Check it out for yourself. GSMC Sports Network, now available on YouTube absolutely free. Search GSMC Sports Network on YouTube right now.
Welcome back, everybody, to the GSMC Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Okay, so we just got done talking about predictions for the 2028 Olympic basketball team in the U.S., and now we're shifting gears to tennis. Before I begin, I wanted to remind you guys to like and follow the show, and to become a part of our show, to tip and donate using the link gsmcpodcast.net. Also, we do get a lot of questions and comments that come from viewers during the show, so to ensure that your questions and comments get read on the air, I ask that you use the link gsmcpodcast.net to put your questions at the top of the list, and so you can have that, interactive aspect of our channel like always. And we really do appreciate your support, and it means a lot to us and the show. And of course, make sure you guys stay till the end of the show to hear about the beach volleyball players on the top teams in the Olympics. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, we are going to start talking about those who qualified in the Olympics from several countries. So we're going to talk about those that qualified to compete from the U.S., Ukraine, and Czech Republic. And there is a reason why I chose those teams. I promise it's not super random. In the last 4 Olympics, competitors from these teams have medaled, so I felt like it made the most sense to start out with them. Don't worry, in the upcoming episodes, I will be talking about people from other teams as well. So, yeah. Anyway, before we begin, I did want to give a disclaimer. I'm so bad at pronouncing names, first and last names. It's just a terrible issue I have, and it's embarrassing. And I sincerely apologize ahead of time that I cannot pronounce names very well, especially these names from the Ukraine and Czech Republic. I am literally Czech, and I should be good at pronouncing some of these names, but I am not, and I sincerely apologize. I also wrote out ways, wrote out the pronunciations, but you know what? That has shown to not work for me very well sometimes as well. Okay, so we're just gonna get into it. So starting with the U.S., let's talk about Emma Navarro. Navarro is an emerging talent in the world of professional tennis with a series of notable accomplishments and a rapidly increasing profile. As of 2024, she has reached a career-high singles ranking of number 17 in the world. Some of her key achievements include winning her first WTA title at the 2024 Hobart International and reaching the 4th round of the major tournament for the first time at the French Open, where she beat the 14th seed Madison Keys. This performance helped boost her ranking significantly. Emma's strengths lie in her aggressive play and solid baseline, complemented by an improving serve, which she has been working on extensively. However, like many young players, she is still developing her game and learning to handle the pressures of competing at high levels, which could be considered a current area for growth. Looking ahead to the 2024 Olympics, while detailed predictions about her performance are pretty speculative in my case, her current form and trajectory suggests she could be a strong contender. Her recent performances against top players indicate that she is capable of challenging the best, which could serve her well on the Olympic stage, especially if she continues to improve and gain confidence from tour experiences. This is where it gets good. Coco Gauff. Gauff first gained major attention in the lower tennis world when she defeated Venus Williams in 2019 at Wimbledon at just 15 years old. Since then, her career has continued to absolutely ascend, marked by several impressive achievements. Gauff's achievements include winning her first WTA singles titles at the Linz Open in 2019, making her the youngest singles title holder on the WTA Tour since 2004. In 2023, she won the U.S. Open, her first Grand Slam singles title, which elevated her status and showcased her potential as one of the future leaders in women's tennis. By 2024, this year, she also secured a notable victory in the doubles category, the French Open. Ranked as high as number 2 in singles and number 1 in doubles by the WTA, Gauff's strengths lie in her powerful baseline play and exceptional athleticism, which enable her to compete with top-tier talents. Despite her young age, she has demonstrated maturity and resilience on the court. However, like many young athletes, Gauff continues to refine aspects of her game, including consistency and handling pressure in critical moments. Looking ahead to the Olympics, Gauff's performance on the international stage, particularly her recent Grand Slam success, suggests she could be a strong contender, and I think that she definitely will be. Her rapid development and previous successes indicate she has the potential to excel, provided she maintains her form and manages the unique presence of an Olympic competition, but I have a lot of confidence in her. Jessica Pegula is a highly accomplished American professional tennis player who has reached impressive heights in her career. She has achieved a career-high singles ranking of number 3 in the world as of October 2022 and was ranked number 1 in doubles as of September 2023. Pegula has captured several WTA titles, including significant wins at events like the Guadalajara Open, where she defeated Maria Sakkari in the final, marking a notable victory in her career. Pegula's game is characterized by her powerful shot-making ability, a strength she proudly acknowledged, especially after a key victory against Aryna Sabalenka at the WTA Finals. She's known for a solid baseline play and has a strategic approach to her matches, utilizing her flat, hard-hitting shots to challenge her opponents effectively. Despite some challenges with injuries, Pegula has maintained a consistent presence in the top ranks of the WTA, celebrating 100 consecutive weeks in the top 10 as of 2024. This milestone highlights her stability and resilience, maintaining high performance levels on the tour. She continues to be a formidable competitor on the WTA Tour, known not only for her athletic prowess, but also for her strategic and powerful gameplay. Her career remains on a significant upward trajectory, showcasing her as a key player to watch in the upcoming Olympics. Danielle Collins. Danielle Collins' performance and achievements have set high expectations for her at the upcoming Olympics, giving her aggressive playing style and recent success at major tournaments, including her triumphs at the Miami Open and Charleston Open in 2024. She is likely to be a strong contender. Collins' ability to perform under pressure and her experience in handling top-tier competition will be crucial as she faces the unique challenges of Olympic competition. Her powerful ground strokes and aggressive baseline game, paired with her strategic court presence, make her a formidable opponent. If she maintains her current form and manages the physical demands of the Olympic schedule, Danielle Collins could very well find herself competing for a medal. The Olympics often bring out the best in athletes due to the high stakes and national pride involved, and Collins' tenacity and fighting spirit could see her excel on this grand stage. Madison Keys is a distinguished American professional tennis player known for her powerful game and fast serve. She first broke into the WTA top 10 in October 2016, becoming the first American woman to achieve this milestone since Serena Williams, which highlighted her potential early on her career. Keys has made significant impacts in major tournaments. She reached the U.S. Open Finals in 2017 and has consistently performed well at Grand Slams with quarterfinal appearances across all four majors. Her ability to play well in all surfaces is evidenced by her wins and deep runs on hard clay and grass courts. In 2024, she continued to show strong performances, including winning the title at the Strasbourg tournament on red clay, which marked her first title on this surface. Madison's game is characterized by her aggressive baseline play, complemented by one of the strongest forehands in the women's circuit. This aggressive style has served her well throughout her career, allowing her to compete with and often overpower the top players in the world. As for the upcoming Olympics, given her proven track record and recent form, Madison Keys could be a strong contender, and I have a lot of confidence in her. Her powerful playing style and previous semifinal appearance at the 2016 Rio Olympics suggest she has the ability and experience to make a significant impact at the Olympic level. For Ukraine, we will be seeing Marta Kostyuk leading her nation on the Olympic debut. Kostyuk, who climbed to career-high world number 16 this week, is set to be joined in the women's single draw at the Games by world number 21 Elena Svitolina, number 27 Diana Yastremska, and number 46 Anna-Helena Kalinina. Kostyuk, who is a two-time Grand Slam semifinalist in doubles, which includes a run to the last four alongside Elena Gabriela Ruse at Roland Garros earlier this month, is also set to feature in the women's doubles events alongside Yastremska. Sisters Nadia and Lyudmila Kachinok, the world doubles number 17 and number 35 respectively, will take the second place available to Ukrainians in the women's double draw. At 29 years old, Svitolina provides the experience in the Ukrainian team, not to mention Olympic pedigree, having won a singles bronze medal for her nation at Tokyo 2020 after beating Elena Rybakina in 3 sets. She also made a memorial Olympic debut at Rio 2016, stunning Serena Williams in the third round. Kalinina, meanwhile, may be set for her Olympic debut, but the 27-year-old has some history in the event of this mold as a former youth Olympic medalist, having won doubles gold alongside Irina Shamanovich in 2014. For the Czech Republic, we will see Markéta Vondrousová. She has made significant impacts in the singles, most notably reaching the final of the French Open in 2019. She's known for her versatility and strong performances on clay. Also, Karolina Manchova, who is known for her deep runs at major tournaments, including a semifinal appearance at the 2021 Australian Open. Her game is well-rounded with an effective serve and strong net play. Barbara Krivlyakova will be competing. She has excelled in both singles and doubles. She won the French Open in I'm just realizing I don't think I have her up here in the pictures, guys. I am so sorry. Oh, wait, no, I do. She's on the bottom right. Okay, I'm so sorry. I did not see that for a second. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Anyway, so she has excelled, like I said, both in the singles and doubles. She won the French Open singles title in 2021 and has multiple Grand Slam titles in doubles, often partnering with Katerina Siniakova. As a rising star, Linda Nikova has shown promise in her early career, quickly making a name for herself with strong performances in both junior and professional circuits. Last season single, we will see Katerina Siniakova. She is primarily known for her double success and has been ranked world number 1 in doubles. She frequently partners with Barbara Krejcikova, and together they have won several Grand Slam doubles titles. So we're now going to move on to our next segment, where we talk about Dana White's take on Ronda Rousey's downfall and Amanda Nunes' potential comeback in women's MMA. Before we get into all of that, we're going to be taking a very short break, so I will see you guys very soon.
For the best and latest podcasts available anywhere, go to the podcast app on your cell phone and type in GSMC. To access free content-rich podcasts on health and wellness, book reviews, sports, entertainment, relationships, social media, movies, technology, finance, and even weird news. Subscribe and download the GSMC Podcast Network's family of shows, available everywhere podcasts are found.
Welcome back, everybody, to the GSMC Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. We just got done talking about those who qualify for the U.S., Czech Republic, and Ukraine tennis teams for the Olympics. And now we are switching over to women's MMA. We have two things to talk about in regards to the women's MMA. We are going to talk about Ronda Rousey's downfall and Amanda Nunes' possible comeback. Okay, let's start with Ronda Rousey. Okay, so Ronda Rousey is a former professional mixed martial artist and judoka who has significantly impacted the realm of women's combat sports, particularly in MMA. Rousey's career began in judo, where she achieved notable success by winning a bronze medal at the 2008 Olympics, making her the first American woman to earn an Olympic medal in judo. Following her judo career, Rousey transitioned to MMA, where she quickly rose to prominence. She was instrumental in convincing Dana White, president of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, or UFC, to include women in the organization. Rousey became the first female fighter to sign with UFC and soon became the first women's bantamweight champion. Her aggressive fighting style, particularly her signature armbar submission hold, her charisma, and her ability to draw large audiences helped to achieve and elevate women's MMA to unprecedented levels of popularity and credibility. Rousey's influence extended beyond just fighting. She helped to open the door for more women in MMA, leading to the expansion of female divisions in the UFC and other organizations. This expansion provided more opportunities for female fighters to compete and gain recognition on large platforms. Rousey's mainstream appeal also brought women's MMA to a broader audience, which helped secure better sponsorships and media deals for the sport. Unfortunately, Ronda Rousey had a downfall in the competitive sphere. In 2015, Rousey lost to Holly Holm at UFC 193. Rousey was knocked out by Holm with a head kick in the second round, ending her reign as the UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion. This loss was particularly shocking because Rousey had been dominant up to that point, and the defeat highlighted potential gaps in her striking, defense, and boxing skills. And then in 2016, Rousey lost to Amanda Nunes. She had returned to the octagon after over a year away from MMA to fight Nunes at UFC 207. This comeback, however, was short-lived as Nunes defeated Rousey by TKO in just 48 seconds of the first round. This fight raised questions about Rousey's ability to compete at the top level against well-rounded and powerful strikers like Nunes. These consecutive defeats significantly impacted Rousey's fighting career, leading her to eventually retire from MMA. And these losses not only ended her dominance in the sport, but also changed public's perception and her own focus, pushing her towards a new career in professional wrestling with the WWE. So Dana White, UFC CEO, recently came out explaining what he thinks led to Rousey's downfall in the competitive sphere. This happened on the recent appearance on the Club Shay Shay show, and he said, While she was doing what she was doing, building the sport, the UFC and women, these other women were training to beat her. She had taken so much time on her shoulders at the time. It was literally impossible for her to keep growing as a fighter during that period. Still, White mentioned that it is nearly impossible to replicate Rousey's success because it is so unique. He said, if you look at Ronda, she came in and blew up the UFC for women, opened the door for all the women to come in. She has written books that have been New York Times bestsellers. She just wrote a screenplay for her own story. She went into WWE and became a superstar. Sponsorship deals, there's things that Ronda has done that will never be done again. So here's my take on all of this. Ronda Rousey's journey is like one of those wild stories where someone blasts into the scene, it shakes everything up, and then things get a bit rocky. She kicked off her career in judo, grabbed an Olympic bronze, and then flipped over to MMA where she really made some noise. Rousey wasn't just winning, she was dominating, and she played a huge role in convincing the UFC to let women fight in the octagon. Yep, she was that influential. But here's the thing about being on top. Everyone else is gunning for your spot. While Ronda was busy being the face of women's MMA, new fighters were entering the scene, fighters like Holly Holm and Amanda Nunes, who had killer striking skills. These newer fighters had taken notes and were training specifically to take down a champ like Rousey. When Rousey faced Holmes and then Nunes, it was clear the sport had evolved and she was a bit behind in some areas, especially in her striking defense. Her losses were tough for sure. First, Holm knocked her out with that head kick heard around the world, and then Nunes took her down in less than a minute. It wasn't just a personal blow, it marked a huge shift in women's MMA. Basically, Rousey's own success had paved a way for more skilled and diverse fighters. But let's not just focus on the falls. Rousey's done loads outside the cage. She's a big name in WWE. She's written books and she's even worked on a screenplay about her life. So yeah, while her MMA reign ended, her impact is still pretty huge. Not pretty huge, it is insanely huge. She's opened doors, inspired tons of people, and helped push women's MMA into the spotlight. So while the end of her MMA career might seem like a downfall, I see it as more of a natural part of sports. Sports evolve, athletes come and go, and sometimes pioneers like Ronda Rousey set the stage for the next generation. She's done more than most could dream of, and that's something that goes way beyond any win or loss in the ring. Now we gotta talk about Amanda Nunes. Amanda Nunes is a highly accomplished Brazilian mixed martial artist who competes in the UFC. She's known as the Lioness. Nunes is celebrated for her powerful striking and superior grappling skills. She's made a significant mark in MMA history by holding championships in 2 weight classes simultaneously, the UFC women's bantamweight and featherweight titles, a feat that has cemented her status as one of the greatest female fighters in the sport. Nunes first gained widespread recognition in the MMA community for her dominant performances against some of her biggest names in the sport. Her victory over Miesha Tate at UFC 200 earned her the UFC Women's Bantamweight Championship. She further enhanced her legacy with notable victories over Rousey, Holly Holm, and Chris Cyborg, among others. Her fight against Cyborg at UFC 232 was particularly significant as it earned her the featherweight title, making her the first woman in UFC history to hold titles in 2 different weight classes simultaneously. Nunes retired from MMA after a dominant victory over Irene Aldana at UFC 289, which took place on June 10, 2023. In this fight, she successfully defended her bantamweight title and concluded her illustrious career on a high note, solidifying her legacy as one of the greatest female fighters in the history of MMA. However, Dana White has hinted that Nunes could be returning soon. Although Nunes' retirement came up as a bit of a surprise, it was justified considering she had already fought and beat everyone put in front of her. That, though, changed ever so slightly earlier this year when the UFC announced that signing of the dominant Jiu-Jitsu Kayla Harrison. Harrison experienced similar success to Nunes throughout her tenure with PFL, winning the $1 million tournament twice and dispatching almost everyone put in front of her. After becoming a free agent earlier this year, the 33-year-old surprisingly accepted an offer to join the UFC, something that has been desired by fans for years as they had hoped for a matchup between Nunes and Harrison. The 2-time Olympic gold medalist won in her UFC debut at UFC 300, crushing former champion Holly Holm and submitting her in the second round. Following her win, Harrison called for a title shot against current bantamweight champion Raquel Pennington, but that didn't sit well with the Lioness. Sharing a video on her social media, Nunes seemed frustrated that Harrison didn't call her name. The women's featherweight division was disbanded with Nunes' retirement, but there could potentially be a reason to bring it back, even just for one fight. Rumors circulated amongst fans recently that a fight between Harrison and Nunes was being attempted to be made to replace Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler as the UFC 303 main event. However, they are inaccurate. Despite that, Dana White has admitted that Nunes could return, with her seemingly hinting at the possibility following UFC 300. The potential comeback of Amanda Nunes to face Kayla Harrison is a fascinating prospect that has the MMA community buzzing. So here's my take. If Nunes steps back into the octagon to take on Harrison, it would not only be a blockbuster fight, but also a clash of titans with significant implications for both fighters' legacies. Kayla Harrison has several factors in her favors. Her judo skills are unmatched in MMA, which could pose a unique challenge for Nunes, who, despite being a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, has faced few opponents with Harrison's grappling credentials. Harrison's size and strength could also play a critical role, especially if the fight is a featherweight. However, beating Amanda Nunes is a tall order. That's a lot to ask for. Nunes is not just a powerful striker, but also a tactician who has faced and defeated the best in the world, including fighters who were once deemed unbeatable like Rousey. Her experience in high-stakes fight, her striking power, and her ability to adapt her style to counter her opponent's strengths have been her hallmarks. If this fight happens, expect a strategic battle, and I hope this fight happens. Harrison might try to leverage her judo to control Nunes and wear her down, avoiding Nunes' striking range. On the other hand, Nunes would likely use her striking prowess to keep the fight standing, test Harrison's chin, and avoid the ground game where Harrison is most dangerous. The fight, if it materializes, will be a monumental event in women's MMA. It's a tough call, but given Nunes' proven track record against top-tier talent, her experience might just give her the edge. However, Harrison's unique skill set and physical advantages mean she could very well hand Nunes a defeat if she can effectively execute her game plan. Overall, this matchup would be a gift to MMA fans and a thrilling addition to the legacies of two of the most dominant women's fighters in the history of the sport. So we're now going to move on to our next segment. We're going to talk about beach volleyball players in the Olympics. Before we get into that, we're going to be taking a very short break. So I will see you guys very soon. Welcome back, everybody, to the GSMC Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. We just got done talking about Ronda Rousey's downfall and Amanda Nunes' comeback, and now we are going to talk about beach volleyball. So, in the Olympics. Let me clarify that. Okay, so a total of 24 teams per gender will play in the beach volleyball tournaments of the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. Brazil and the U.S. are the two traditional powerhouses of the game. Brazil will be searching for redemption after failing to make it onto the Olympic podium for the first time at Tokyo 2020, while the U.S. have won 7 gold medals in their history. So the question is, who will be competing? The number of teams remains unchanged from Tokyo 2020. As the host country, France is entitled to 1 quota for both the men's and women's tournaments. The remaining 23 quotas per gender will qualify for Paris 2024 via 3 qualification routes, respecting the maximum of 4 quotas per NOC or 2 per gender, thus guaranteeing the principle of universal participation. The 2 winning pairs, 1 male team and 1 female team of the 2023 Beach Volleyball World Championships, will automatically obtain a pass for Paris 2024. The top ranked 17 ranked teams per gender in the FIVB Olympic ranking, which will take into account the 12 best performances achieved by a pair in the window from January 1st, 2023 to June 10th, 2024, will qualify for the Olympics. And the events valid for rankings results are as follow: 2023 FIVB Senior World Championship, Beach Pro Tour, Elite Challenge, Future, and Finals part of that. A recognized Continental Tours final. The last 5 quotas per gender will be allocated, and the 5 Continental Olympic tournaments, which will guarantee the pass to the winning trials. The final phase of these 5 events were held between the 13th and 23rd of June 2024, or they're not done yet, but you get the point. So unlike indoor volleyball, the format of the Paris 2024 beach volleyball tournaments will be the same as it was at Tokyo 2020. The Olympic format features 24 teams competing in 6 round-robin pools, with 16 pairs moving on to the single elimination knockout phase, with quarterfinals, semifinals, and bronze and gold medal matches taking place. The Paris 2024 beach volleyball competition will take place between July 27th and August 10th. Now let's get into good stuff and talk about the people you should watch at the Olympics. So we're going to talk about the USA, Brazil, Canada, Netherlands, and Switzerland teams because they ranked in the top seeds in beach volleyball right now. Okay, so starting with the US. Kristen Nunes and Taryn Cloth have made significant strides in the world about beach volleyball. The duo has quickly become one of the top US beach volleyball teams and is qualified to represent the USA at the Olympic Games. For their Olympic qualification, Nunes and Cloth amassed a series of impressive results. They finished with 7 podium appearances in 2023, including a bronze at the FIVB World Championships and multiple titles on both the domestic AVP and international FIVB tours. Their performance in 2023 was the most successful for an American team since the duo of Kerry Walsh and Jennings and April Ross in 2016. Earlier in their careers, Nunes and Cloth went undefeated during their one season together at LSU, showcasing their strong capability and compatibility as well, and skill on the sand. Nunes is recognized for her tenacity and skill, despite being one of the shorter players at the elite level beach volleyball. Her partnership with Cloth is noted not only for their success, but also for their commitment to each other amid suggestions they should split to pursue Olympic berths with other partners. They have consistently proved their doubters wrong by performing exceptionally on the global stage, and I'm so glad that they chose to stay together. Gloss' transition from indoor to beach volleyball is noteworthy, especially given her height advantage at 6 feet 4 inches, which is unusual for beach volleyball and creates a striking contact with Nunes, who stands at 5 feet 6 inches. This height difference is the largest for U.S. Olympic beach volleyball team and plays a strategic role in their gameplay, with Cloth's powerful presence at the net complementing Nunes' agility and defensive prowess. Cloth's background in indoor volleyball has contributed to her adaptability on the beach, a quality that has been pivotal in their rapid ascent in beach volleyball rankings. Her stories of adaptation and success in a new form of the sport illustrates the versatility and resilience required at the highest level of competition. As for the upcoming Olympics, Nunes and Cloth's prospects are promising given their recent performances and rapid rise in the sport. They are one of the top contenders and could realistically aim for a podium finish, especially considering their strong showing in recent international competitions and their remarkable teamwork. Also, the duo Sarah Hughes and Kelly Cheng will be competing in the Olympics. There we go. They've made significant waves on the competitive circuit, including their standout achievement of winning the gold medal at the 2023 FIVB World Championships in Mexico. This victory was notable not only for their top-tier performance, but also for its implications for Olympic qualification, helping secure a U.S. women's beach volleyball berth for the Paris Olympic Games. Hughes and Cheng rank among the top teams in the world, showcasing a strong synergy and strategic play that has placed them just behind the leading Brazilian pair in the global rankings. Their partnership has been marked by resilience and a high level of competitiveness, which has seen them consistently challenge and sometimes defeat the best in the sport. As they prepare for the Olympics, Hughes and Cheng are considered strong contenders likely to challenge for a medal given the recent performances and overall trajectory in international beach volleyball competitions. Their success and experience on the global stage position them well for the highly competitive and pressure-filled environment of the Olympic Games. In terms of comparison, while Hughes and Cheng have a slight edge in terms of international experience and a world championship title, Nunes and Cloth have shown rapid progression and consistency that makes them formidable competitors. Both teams are considered among the top contenders for the Paris Olympics, and their head-to-head matchups are always closely contested. The upcoming Olympic Games will likely provide a clear answer as to which duo is the superior force in beach volleyball at this moment. Brazil teams include 2 duos. Their first duo is Ana Patricia Ramos and Eduarda Duda Lisboa. Both players have impressive track records in beach volleyball. having clinched several important titles and maintaining high global rankings. Anna, Patricia, and Duda are known for their dynamic play and strong teamwork. Duda particularly has been recognized for her defensive skills and playmaking abilities, while Anna Patricia is noted for her height and blocking prowess at the net. Together, they bring a balanced and formidable presence on the sand. Their achievements include winning medals at various FIVB Beach Volleyball World Tours and other international competitions. They have consistently been ranked among the top teams globally, often contending with other elite teams like those from the U.S.A. for podium finishes. As they prepare for the upcoming 2024 Paris Olympics, Anna, Patricia, and Duda are considered strong contenders for the gold medal, given their experience, skill level, and previous successes on the international stage. Their performances in major tournaments leading up to the Olympics will be closely watched as indicators of their potential success in Paris. The second pair is Carol Solberg and Barbara Sextus. After consistent performances and notable victories, including winning gold at the Edmonton Challenge, they've climbed to the top of their Olympic rankings, solidifying their standings as one of the leading teams in the world. Carol, who has attempted to qualify for the Olympics since 2008, is on the brink of making her first Olympic appearance. This pursuit has been a long-standing goal driven by her passion for the sport rather than specific competitive achievements. Barbara, on the other hand, is no stranger to the Olympic stage, having already secured a silver medal at the Rio 2016 Olympics. Their partnership blends Carol's enduring dedication with Barbara's Olympic experience, creating a team that not only excels competitively but also carries a deep personal significance for Carol, especially following the recent loss of her mother. As they prepare for Paris, Carol and Barbara continue to focus on maintaining their top form, relying on a strategy that balances high performance with enjoyment of the game. Their approach to competition, emphasizing teamwork and consistent effort, positions them as strong contenders for the Olympics, where they will aim to add an Olympic gold to their already impressive list of accomplishments. Canada only has one pair going to the Olympics, Melissa Humana Paredes and Brandy Wilkerson. They have been performing exceptionally well in recent competitions. They secured a gold medal at the Montreal Elite 16, showcasing their resilience and skill by overcoming challenging matches against top-ranked teams, including a memorial victory against Flint and Scholes from the U.S.A. in the finals. Early in the year, they also clinched a silver medal at the first Elite 16 event of the year in Doha, further solidifying their status as one of the top teams in the world. During this tournament, they demonstrated their competitiveness by defeating the number one ranked Brazilian team, which was Duda and Anna Patricia. Their consistent high performance have not only earned them medals, but also positioned them well in the global rankings and for Olympic qualification for the Games. This success is part of their broader preparation and strategic effort as they aim to maintain their high level and adapt their gameplay effectively against the world's best teams. The Netherlands also only have one pair that is going to the Olympics, and that pair is Katja Stam and Raza Schoen. They have been successful in various international competitions, consistently ranking among the top European teams. Notably, they secured silver at the 2021 CEV Euro Beach Volley in Vienna and bronze in the 2022 edition in Munich. Their performances have been strong in the recent Elite 16 tournaments of the Beach Pro Tour, including winning a silver medal in Mexico and a bronze in Portugal. Their consistent high-level play has put them in a good position to qualify for the Olympics, with their participation in major tournaments helping to secure a near-certain spot. And obviously, they did it, securing that spot. The duo also led the Netherlands in the 2023 CEV Beach Volleyball Nations Cup, bringing strong competition to the event. Now, lastly, Switzerland has two teams going to the Olympics. One team is ranked very high, and the other team is near the bottom, but not like ranked at the bottom, if that makes sense. Their higher-ranked team is Nina Brunner and Tanya Herberly. Recently, they achieved their first gold medal as a team at the Tepic Elite 16 event. This victory was particularly significant as it marked a breakthrough after reaching several semifinals and finals without clinching the top spot. This team's rise in the rankings and their recent victory underline their potential and readiness for the upcoming Olympic Games, where they will be looking to capitalize on their momentum and experience. The second team for Switzerland is Esme Bobner and Zoe Verge-Dupree. They successfully clinched their Olympic bid after completing nearly 24 tournaments over a 17-month qualifying period, showcasing their resilience and competitiveness on the international stage. In addition to their Olympic qualification, Bobner and Verge-Dupree achieved their first ever gold medal on the Volleyball World Beach Pro Tour at the Guadalajara Challenge. This victory was particularly meaningful as it marked their breakthrough on the tour after previously securing only a silver medal at the Guatemala Challenge in 2023. Their success to Guadalajara was a testament to their skill and determination as they managed to come out on top despite starting their main draw campaign with a defeat. So that concludes our last segment and our show for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the GSMC Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast, presented to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Your support means a lot to us, so please remember to subscribe to the show and leave a positive review. It really does make a difference. We also invite you to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram for more content and updates. Thank you guys once again, and have a wonderful day.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to